Education is a precious, precious opportunity. And it's an opportunity to learn from the experience of others. And it's an opportunity to acquire wisdom, or at least the beginnings of wisdom, based on the experience of others and based on the prior learnings of others. And it's an opportunity to really cultivate very particular packages, if you will, of knowledge that are relevant to the kind of things that you want to do. If you acquire education, or the wisdom of others, the knowledge and wisdom of others, this allows you to frame your experience in a much more meaningful way, and also in a much more effective way, so that your response will be far more effective and your understanding will be far more fruitful in terms of how you approach a particular problem. And the other thing is that wisdom or education and experience, these are not mutually exclusive. It's not like one is better than the other. It is though that education and wisdom can help you frame your experience again, so your resultant action, or the action you choose to take, can be far more effective. So I just say to students, especially, an educational opportunity is extremely precious. Engage it and take everything you can from it, and you will be far more effective in your actions if you are properly prepared. I think that's really an important basic starting point. And then the other thing I would say is that when you're engaged in an educational process, just think very concretely about the kind of things that you need to acquire. To work internationally, a second language is extremely important. Being able to speak the language of the community in which you'll be working is kind of a starting point, a necessary starting point. So a second language is extremely important. Having something concrete to offer, a concrete skill, is extremely important. There's no shortage of labor in the developing world. There's no shortage of manual labor. There are literally millions and billions of people who actually want to build clinics, who actually want and who are building clinics and want to build schools and improve their communities physically. So it's not a matter of manual labor. It's really a matter of knowledge and skill. And I would strongly urge students to cultivate very particular types of knowledge, very particular types of skill that they want to bring to broader issues within the domain of global health. And then the other thing that I would say is that it's quite important to be able to work with others who have a different perspective than you. A different culture, a different set of religious values perhaps, a different set of political structures. It's quite important to be able to work with people who have different perspectives. And that means really cultivating some cross-cultural sensitivity, cultivating a certain degree of humility, and also being able to respect others, and being able to work in a meaningful way in situations where there's conflict, where there's a difference of opinion, and being able to actually engage in a process that will allow for at least a successful resolution of that conflict, at least in the short term. So, these are really basic skills and basic perspectives, and these can be acquired through your educational experience. And I would strongly urge students to really think about those three elements in very practical ways.